Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Today we're going to talk about the Bhagavat Parampara and who can be Guru. In the Shastra it is described, Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi Sudra Kena Naije Krishna Tattva Se Guru Hoy. That whether one is a Brahmin, a sannyasi, or even a low caste Sudra, Jai Krishna Tattva Veta Se Guru Hoy. That person who is realized in Krishna Tattva, that person is Guru. And then Mahaprabhu also said, Jai Bhaje Se Bhara Abhakta Hinachar Krishna Bhajana Nahi Jati Kuladi Vichar. That person who has devotion for Krishna, who has the most devotion, Jai Bhaje Se Bhara, he is the most superior. Krishna Bhajana Nahi Jati Kuladi Vichar. Krishna Bhakti doesn't depend on which institution you are from. Nowadays people say, oh, if you're not part of this institution, then you're going to go to hell. Or this is like the Christian idea. Oh, you're a Protestant, or you're a Catholic, or you're a Baptist, or you're a Presbyterian, then you're not going to get mercy. So in Bhakti, we shouldn't develop this kind of narrow-mindedness. Bhakti doesn't depend on institution. So people think, oh, I took initiation from this institution, now I should not associate with anyone from another institution. That will be Asat Sangha. So Param Gurudev described there's 13 Appa sampradayas, and in Kali Yuga those have developed to 39. So there's many different false lines and different teachings that we don't want to take and we don't follow. We are following our Gurudev's teachings and his Siddhanta. This coming through our line of Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we're not mixing our philosophy. But that doesn't mean that we should start criticizing others. And that doesn't mean that there can't be a Vaishnav in another organization. This is a very narrow-minded consciousness. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that party spirit is the greatest enemy of those who are following true religiosity or true spirituality. This party spirit that if they're not in my party, then they're bogus. And so nowadays specifically people are saying, oh, that all Babajis, for example, are bogus. But Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada sent his disciples for darshan of Vangsidas Babaji Maharaj, many of them. Now, they went for his darshan, but because he was beyond material rules and regulations, he was avadut, then Param Gurudev said, don't take the things that they are giving there. But they still went and took darshan and offered respects. Param Gurudev went and some people were passing out chai. He said, no, we don't take this. Vangsidas Babaji Maharaj himself, he would never take anything like this. He was also always worshipping Gaur Nitai. But some of his followers were engaged in some of these activities. And you could see like fish bones and eggshells are outside his ashram. And this was to distract people and to keep them from disturbing him. And when Param Gurudev went to meet him, he crossed through all these things and went and met with Babaji Maharaj. And Babaji Maharaj was at that time worshipping Gaur Nitai with great love. And he was speaking with them, saying, oh, Nitai is very good, Gaur is very naughty. Today I won't offer anything to Gaur, and I'll give everything to Nitai. So this was his transcendental mood. So Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada himself, like we see, there's this division between the Babajis and the Gaudiya Math. And mainly it's because Bhaktivinoda Thakur had one son called Lalit Prasad, and he was criticizing Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada and the Gaudiya Math. He criticized it a lot. And so we don't associate with this certain branch. And there are other lines that also criticize. So we don't associate with them. But that does not mean that there is no Vaishnav there. That only there can be a Vaishnav if they're part of ISKCON, or only they're a Vaishnav if they're part of the Gaudiya Math. That's a kind of party spirit mentality we should be careful to not fall succumb to. Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, all the Goswamis were in Paramahansa Vesh. They didn't wear saffron, but Mahaprabhu wore saffron. So Mahaprabhu is bona fide, Goswami is not bona fide. Then we can see that Gorkhadas Babaji Maharaj, Jagannathas Babaji Maharaj, they are Babajis. Gurudev himself gave Paramahansa Vesh or Babaji Vesh. To many people, to those who are qualified, Param Gurudev himself gave Babaji Vesh. So just because they're not like wearing what we're used to, doesn't mean they're not bona fide. This also goes to people who say, oh, like for example, how can a lady be a preacher? Jai Bhaje Se Bhara Bhakti Hinachar, Krishna Bhajana Nahi Jati Kuladi Vichar. Janavamata Thakurani was Guru. Nityananda's wife, Janava Mata Thakurani, Nityananda Shakti, she was a guru. Her own son, meaning there were two wives of Nityananda, Janava and Vasudha. So Vasudha had a son named Virabhadra. He was thinking, who will I accept as Diksha Guru? And he was thinking, oh, how can I accept Janava? She's a lady. So then one time when he was coming into the house, she was bathing by the well in the morning time. And when she was picking the water out of her well, her upper cloth that was covering her chest fell. And then her son walked in. And right as he walked in, she had her hand holding the bucket. So she's not going to be able to cover herself. So she manifested two more arms. And she covered her chest. And with two arms, she was pulling out the water and two arms covering her chest. And then this boy was like, wow, okay, now I'll accept her as my guru. Ganga Mata Goswamini was a guru. The Brahmin priests in Puri were criticizing her. They didn't understand her. But she had so much bhakti for Jagannath, so much relation with Jagannath. This is what's important, how much bhakti someone has, how much relationship someone has. And when she was desiring to bathe in the Ganga Sagar, she was very old and feeble. So at that time of Ganga Sagar, Ganga Devi herself came, swept her up, and brought her to Jagannath's lotus feet. And in the morning when they opened Jagannath's temple, they saw her inside and thought she must be a thief. And so they put her in prison. And then the next night, Jagannath came in the king's dream and he was yelling at him and chastising him. You're putting my dear beloved devotee in the prison. Now bring her out, put her on a big chariot, and have all the Brahmin priests fanning her and worship her, bathe her feet, and then you all take Diksha from her. So now how can she be guru? So bhakti doesn't depend on your body, your caste, your religion, which institution you're in. That's not bhakti then. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the Bhagavat Parampara. Bhagavat Parampara is not dependent on the Diksha line. Bhagavat Parampara means wherever real Krishna Bhakti is coming from, wherever there is a pure liberated soul, that is descending in the Bhagavat Parampara. Real Diksha means Divya Gyan, transcendental knowledge. So when you enter the school, you get a Diksha Guru, and then you get a mantra, and then you get a fire sacrifice. This is entering into the school of Bhakti. This is called the school of Diksha. Gurudev talked about that. But then as you progress in the school, then ultimately you need to come to the platform of transcendental knowledge. This is real Diksha, real Divya Gyan. And in Bhagavat Parampara, your Bhagavat Guru may be your Diksha Guru, or they may be a Shiksha Guru. So Shiksha Guru can be many. You can have many instructing teachers. These are Shiksha Gurus. But Diksha Guru is one. Now sometimes Diksha Guru is prominent, sometimes Shiksha Guru is prominent. Whoever is more prominent, meaning whoever is the liberated soul, whoever is the associate of Krishna, whoever is fully realized, they are your Bhagavat Guru. So if you look at the Bhagavat Guru Parampara from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then comes Rupa, Sanatan, the six Goswamis. Mahaprabhu never gave Diksha to any of them. Mahaprabhu never gave Diksha to Rupa, to Sanatan, none of them. So then, what is their connection to Mahaprabhu? If you want to be in Mahaprabhu's line, you have to be in the Bhagavat Parampara, because Mahaprabhu never gave Diksha to anyone. Some people say we are in the line of Advaita Acharya, and we're in the direct Diksha line all the way from Advaita Acharya. But unless you accept the Bhagavat Parampara, means your Diksha Guru may be one Vaishnava, and maybe they're not a liberated soul, but then your Bhagavat Guru is a liberated soul. Then that's the Bhagavat Parampara. So it's never mentioned who is Rupa's Diksha Guru, who is Sanatan Goswami's Diksha Guru. It's not written. But Mahaprabhu is their Bhagavat Guru. So people who say we follow Advaita Acharya and we are in the Diksha line of Advaita Acharya, this is bogus. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Kanda, chapter 19, when Mahaprabhu went to meet with Advaita when he was teaching Yoga Vaishistha, Mahaprabhu was chastising him, because he wanted to receive Mahaprabhu's mercy, because Mahaprabhu was respecting him. Then after this pastime, we won't go into that pastime. If you want to read it, chapter 19, Madhya Kanda Chaitanya Bhagavat. So after that, then Mahaprabhu said, he was glorifying Advaita and saying, actually Advaita Acharya, oh, if someone has devotion to you, I'm very happy. Mahaprabhu was saying like that. But then Advaita Acharya said, you can read these slokas. He said, oh Mahaprabhu, I want your vow. And I'm telling you this is my promise. Advaita Acharya said, this is my promise. If someone worships me without accepting you, then that devotion they have for me will be the cause of their destruction. I will personally destroy them. He's very strong. And he tells the story of Kashi when this person was worshipping Shiva and tried to attack Dwarka. He said, I myself destroyed them. So if someone's saying, I'm in Advaita's Diksha line, but I don't accept the Bhagavat Parampara because Mahaprabhu's Bhagavat line. Mahaprabhu didn't give Diksha initiation, didn't give mantra directly. He gave Shiksha, he gave pure Bhakti. So if someone is saying, I'm in Advaita's line, but not respecting the Bhagavat Parampara, then Advaita Acharya himself will destroy them. In the next verse, he says, they may be my son, I will still destroy them. They may be my very close follower, I will still destroy them if they don't accept this Mahaprabhu, meaning if they don't accept the Bhagavat line. And then Advaita Acharya says, if people go and they criticize Vaishnavas, this is another important point. Right after this, in the verses you can read, this is 176, 178, 79 verses in that chapter. He says, those who are criticizing the devotees of Vishnu, they will certainly perish and suffer immensely. So we must be very careful of Vaishnav Ninda. That's why, like yesterday we said, do anything but don't criticize the Vaishnavas. Kahare na koro ninda, Krishna Krishna bole jai chaitanya se jini bikele. Mahaprabhu said again and again, don't criticize anyone. Criticizing people is not your dharma. That is not your duty. Krishna didn't say, now I am instructing you. The first instruction of mine is to criticize whoever you don't like. Whoever you disagree with, your job in your life is to criticize them. Gurudev said, no, if you want to criticize someone, criticize yourself, look at your own faults, but don't criticize anyone. Advaita Acharya said, those who are criticizing the devotees of the Lord will perish. Who is a devotee of Vishnu? They think only a Uttam Vaishnava is a devotee. Anyone who has bhakti, anyone who is chanting Krishna Nam, anyone who has a little bit of faith in Krishna, then if you criticize them, that is like a kicking the heart of Krishna. The Vaishnavas, anyone who has devotion, a little bit of bhakti, if you criticize them, if you attack them, then this is kicking on Krishna's chest. Bhakti, Puri Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, he wrote a book called The Heart of Krishna. And each chapter talks about different kinds of examples of offenses to the devotees and how these people suffered and rotted miserably. So that's why Advaita Acharya said, don't criticize anyone. So this Bhagavat line means, we look, who is the Diksha Guru of Bhaktivinoda Thakur? Bipin Bihari Goswami. He's not in the Bhagavat line. Bhagavat line is Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, but he wasn't the Diksha Guru. So it may be Diksha Guru, it may not be. Gokshara Das Babaji Maharaj, who is his Diksha Guru? It's not relevant. It's not mentioned in the Bhagavat line. The Bhagavat Parampara from Gokshara Das Babaji Maharaj to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was not the Diksha Guru of Gokshara Das Babaji Maharaj. So this is the Bhagavat line. Now another point. Who is fit to be Guru? Okay, in the Shastra it says, Shabde pare chanishnatam brahmani upamasamashrayam. A real Guru should be fully versed in the scriptures and he should be related to Parabrahma. He should not be attached to material things. He should not be materially attached. Nivrittatar sherupa giya manad. He should be free of material thirsts. So the standard for Guru is very high. It's very, very high. At the same time, in 2008, Srila Gurudev said, in Gopinath Bhavan, he called everyone to him and said, soon I will leave this world and I want you to continue on my line. So you will have to give initiation. The Diksha line has to go on at the same time as the Bhagavat line. Diksha line is Pancharatrik line. And Bhakti Siddhanta established the Pancharatrika Diksha line. So that's very important. It's like the skeleton. But a skeleton without a soul has no value. The Bhagavat line is the soul. But the Pancharatrik line is the structure. And without a structure, everything will fade away. So you need the Pancharatrik line. So Gurudev said, you have to continue the Diksha line. You will have to give it. They said, Gurudev, for 20 years we've been hearing you speak about the qualification of Guru. We're not qualified. He said, no, I see that you will be qualified. And he said, Gurudev then said, okay, give initiation. And so if anyone is receiving instruction of Vaishnav and under guidance of a Shuddha Vaishnav, then they can give. Now, Gurudev also said there, you should not consider yourself to be Guru, meaning you should not develop Guru Abhiman. This doesn't mean you don't accept the role. Like in the book Shiva Tattva, there's a description of the role and the person. So the role is one thing and the internal mood is one thing. So if you are not a Mahabhagavat, you can put your hand in your heart. You know, I am not a pure devotee, but I am following the rules and regulations. I'm following Vacha Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udara Pasta Vegam. You're following the basic verse of Upadesh Amrita. Then your guru says, okay, initiate. In ISKCON, there's hundreds of gurus now. So we say, okay, ISKCON has to close down. No one can be guru. No one is Mahabhagavat. No one is the level of Prabhupada. Only Prabhupada is the level of Prabhupada. So how will the organization continue? So the line must continue. The Bhagavat Guru will come. Have faith. The Bhagavat Guru will come. In the meantime, the line has to continue. So Gurudev said, be my postman. Take the message from one place to another. Deliver the message to the address. But the mantra is eternal. We learn this verse. Yo mantra sa guru sakshat, yo guru sa hari swayam, guru yasya bhavet tustas tasya tusto hari swayam. Yo mantra sa guru sakshat. The mantra is guru sakshat. And the guru is Hari himself. Guru yasya bhavet tustas tasya tusto hari swayam. If you please Guru, you please Hari. So mantra is something transcendental. We learned this verse yesterday. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Vinatvam Nama Namina. Nam is Chintamani. It's transcendental. That you cannot make Nam Jad. Nam is transcendental. So the mantra is transcendental. But if you are blessed by pure Vaishnav and you are following his instruction, then you can act as a medium. This is Gurudev's own instruction. It's not my instruction. You can read the lecture. This is Gurudev's his private darshan, Gopinath Bhavan, 2008. He said, be like my postman. So he said, don't develop the abhiman of Guru. In the Sastra it says, if you develop Guru abhiman, you will fall down. Even Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, he would address all his disciples as Prabhu, Master. And he would say, Dasoham, I am your servant. So even Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, who was Jagat Guru, he never had Guru abhiman. So Gurudev said, don't have this abhiman, I am a Guru. But you may have to take this role. That's another thing. Anyhow, the line has to continue. And have faith that the Bhagavat will come. The Bhagavat Acharya may be there. Sometimes the Bhagavat Acharya may be present as Shiksha Guru. Krishna is Shiksha Guru. And Shiksha Guru is present. And you can have many Shiksha Gurus. Okay, so we'll go to Vilap Kusumanjali. We'll go to Vilap Kusumanjali. Okay? Vanchakapadribhasya kripasindhuvesha pridanang pavne vishwebhyo namo namaha. Radhe Radhe everybody. Please subscribe to our channel down there. Hit the bell icon for notifications. And if you already subscribed, share with your friends. Like, comment. That would be awesome. Thanks so much.